What's up everyone? Welcome and welcome back to the Marketing Nomad YouTube channel. I am the Marketing Nomad. Alrighty, I actually had a different topic planned for today, but I am kind of going through something real time and I thought why not we sit and discuss it because I'm having a lot of my feelings coming up to the surface. I'm also having a lot of my thoughts kind of jumbled up there, and I hope that by talking to you and just by saying all of this out loud, perhaps some of my thoughts will untangle themselves. Alrighty, but first, before we get into what I'm going through, I highly recommend this show on Netflix. It's called One Piece. It is based off of a manga series that has been going on for the last 30 years, and the creator Oda is just so magnificent in terms of his vision for that comic book series. It's just beyond brilliant. All right, now Netflix has adapted this, and obviously there's no sponsors, but I highly recommend this show to every single person who is an entrepreneur. If you have lived your, the first part of your life knowing that you were meant for more, having this dream within you, I highly recommend it. This show is about pirates, yes, but I see so many parallels to entrepreneurship and the theme of the entire show, so I highly recommend it. One of the biggest lessons that the show talks about, and the comic book also stays very, very aligned to that, is that the journey is part of the dream, and I have watched the season 1 and season 2. Season 2 just released in March. I watched both the seasons, and I think season 3 is coming out 2 years later, 2027 if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong about that, but I think so. And I'm re-watching the entire season 1 and season 2 because there were just so many absolutely brilliant nuggets in that entire show that I feel I need to keep reminding myself. So one of the things is what I want to talk to you about today, because that's exactly what I'm going through right now. In fact, there's a decision with respect to my business that I'm supposed to make, and I'm kind of procrastinating it by talking to you. I was like, okay, let's just put a pause on that. Let's just talk for a little bit. But this decision for my business, I'm scared. I'm actually really scared to make this decision because I don't know. I'm just not sure how it's gonna play out for my business. And so one of the things that I keep reminding myself, and because I'm re-watching season 2, one of the things that's coming to my mind is the journey is the dream, all right? And if you're not having fun along the way, if you're not taking every obstacle or perhaps every twist, every plot twist here and there, if you're not taking it to be part of the adventure, then what are you doing all of this for, right? And so I am currently, as I'm talking to you, trying to maybe take this decision or perceive this decision as part of the adventure. I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's okay if I have to make pivots after that, and it's okay if it doesn't work out as well, but it might be something that I regret if I don't take a chance at this point in time. And so I'm telling myself that the journey is the dream. I mean, I took up this path, which is completely different from a very, very normal path. I took up this path because of the risks, because of, how the journey was going to be, the adventure part of it, the fun part of it, yes. And so if I am so scared to make decisions that adds to the adventure, then what am I doing here? Why did I even make this decision of becoming an entrepreneur? And so that's what I'm telling myself. And like I said, I'm procrastinating making that decision. But I think I'm gonna move forward with it. And it's scary. I don't know how it's gonna play out. But I trust myself. And as the cool kids say these days, I'm doing it for the plot. But I also feel like I want to perceive this decision as an adventure. I am going to see it through and let's see what happens. All right. And I'm going to have fun experimenting with this decision or experimenting through this decision. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to add that sense of awe, sense of adventure while making this decision. And I feel I want to be that kind of an entrepreneur. You get what I mean? I don't want to be someone, years from now looking back and saying, oh, I took everything so seriously and I was just so focused on the journey so focused on getting to the end point that I missed out on having fun along the journey, or I missed out on perceiving the journey to be an adventure. I don't want to be that person, right? I don't want to be that kind of an entrepreneur as well. And so if I don't want to have those kinds of regrets, then I gotta focus on my mindset at this point in time. And I really want to perceive this journey as an adventure. I really do. I feel like the money aspect of it sometimes adds such a heavy weight that we forget. We forget that the journey is also part of the dream. And that's definitely something that I have forgotten recently, at least since December of last year up until now. And I feel like this show is reminding me again and again that the journey is the dream. All right. And if I'm not having fun right now, if I'm not soaking in every moment of it, and instead I'm constantly in a state of panic or anxious, then why did I even choose this path, right? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so emotional because I have been in the last 3 months or so, it's been more of a constant state of panic, and my anxiety has been through the roof. I've been working on focusing on my mental health and my emotional health, and of course my physical health as well, but it's been challenging. It has been challenging, and I don't want to be an entrepreneur who's not necessarily making time to have fun, to maybe add some color into my life. And I feel that doesn't happen on its own, given the massive amounts of risk that we take on this journey, and that things can sometimes get very, very heavy on this journey. So I feel like it has to be intentional on our end to add that whimsy, to add that color, to add that sense of adventure, to maybe even look for fun along the way, even if there are difficult parts. I mean, those two are not mutually exclusive, right? You can still have fun while also, maybe being a little bit concerned about the difficult parts of this journey. So I think I want to be that way. I really think that's the kind of entrepreneur or business owner that I want to be, and I'm shifting my mindset. I'll probably watch the entire show again. This is my second time watching it. The first time I kind of watched it, but I didn't really necessarily absorb all of the information. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was mostly focused on the storyline and the content, and then the characters. Oh my gosh, costume design is just beyond brilliant for this show. So I was more focused on that the first time around, but this is the second time that I'm watching all of it. I'm taking it slowly. I'm literally going, I think each episode is an hour long or something like that. So I'm literally soaking in what they are commenting, the side characters, the main characters, their thought process, how they're tackling different issues. There's a lot that goes on, especially on the show, and there's a lot about having a dream, and especially entrepreneurs. I feel like we've known it within us that we have a dream that is so different, and we may have had people around us question us, belittle us for it, laugh at us, scorn at our faces, are you gonna be the one? I feel like if you see the main character and everything he goes through, you'll resonate deeply if you are an entrepreneur. At least I do, and I resonate so deeply with that. And so one of the lessons that I'm learning right now, and I want to be more conscious about it, is yes, there will be difficult decisions, yes, but take it as part of the adventure. Take it as part of the adventure. Be curious about what happens next. Have fun along the way. Yes, it's a difficult decision, understandably, but you don't have to take the fun out of it. You can add fun to it, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I have been procrastinating making this decision. Honestly, I don't know what time it is right now, but I think it's like 4 p.m. And I was supposed to make this decision. I was supposed to make this decision at 12 p.m. today, but then I've kind of pushed it. I've given myself a second deadline of 7 p.m. Like, okay, we've got to figure this out by 7 p.m. and we have to make a decision. So I feel like from now up until 7 p.m., it's more of a mindset shift. Like, okay, well, I am making this decision and I'm moving forward with this decision, but how can I approach this decision or continue with this decision with a healthier mindset, or with a mindset that has fun and wants to see how this plays out, that sense of adventure. How am I going to do that? So yeah, this is where I'm at. I feel this is why I became an entrepreneur, right? Like, for moments like these where I may not necessarily know where I'm going and how it's going to happen, but these decisions are why I even became an entrepreneur, so that I could be a version of myself that could actually make these decisions for myself. And I recognize that it is such a privilege. It is such a privilege to be able to make these decisions for myself, for my career, for how the next part of my business is going to play out as well. So that's where I'm at, actually. But I'm doing a lot better with respect to my mental and emotional health. I'm doing a lot better, and I feel like it's whatever tough decisions I had to make, I have kind of made them, and so now it's just following through with those decisions. And this is actually one big tweak with respect to a big decision that I had made mid of March. So it's a big tweak, to be very honest. I don't even call it a tweak. I think it's like I don't know, it's like a corner turn or something like that. It's literally a right angle to it, which is why it's probably scaring me a little bit. But yeah, moving forward with this decision, I think that I want to, and I think I want to see how it plays out. And I think the journey is my dream, and the more I perceive it that way, the more I can add fun and a sense of adventure to my journey. And if I don't, then why did I even choose this path, right? Why did I even choose to become an entrepreneur? It was for all this. So yes, tough decisions, absolutely, but no reason why I can't have fun while making those tough decisions as well. All right, so that's where I'm at right now. I wanted to say something else today. That was part of my schedule, but I'll probably postpone it to next week. I have absolutely no idea what is going to be the title of this video. What am I going to, what is the end point of this? I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I wanted to, I'm documenting my journey, right? I want to, a few years from now, I want to look back at these videos and I know exactly what, I'm watching these videos and I'm like, I know exactly what I was going through at this point in time, and wow, look, let's see how that decision panned out, so I want to document my life as and when it happens, especially with respect to my business as well. And this is actually a pivotal moment. I feel like this is actually a big pivotal moment for my business. So we'll see how it turns out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll figure something out, and maybe it's meant for me to pivot, or maybe sometimes, it's through the experience that you know it's not for you, or it's not supposed to happen that way. So I'm gonna go through with it. I feel like part of the reason why I'm so scared is because I'm scared of finding out if it's not for me, or if it's not meant to be. Yeah, so if I don't go through with it, how will I know, right? So I gotta go through with it. So that's where I'm at right now. Whew. Big decisions, big girl decisions. But I am going to go do something that makes me excited, do something that kind of adds some whimsy into my life, so that I'm going to be in high spirits when I make this decision. Like I said, I've given myself a deadline of 7 p.m., right? So I think I'm gonna be okay, and even if I'm not, I think I'm gonna find a way to be okay. I think that's one of my biggest strengths, and I've never let myself down ever in the last 33 years and going to be 34 years of my life. So I'm gonna trust myself, but also keep in mind that the journey is the dream. The fact that I get to make the decision like this for myself, for my career, it's big, it's beautiful, it's amazing. As difficult as that decision may be, or even if it leads to more difficulties or more pivots or more obstacles, the journey is the dream. The journey is the dream. All right, so that's all I wanted to share with you. I really hope that it maybe helped you in some way. Highly recommend One Piece for every single entrepreneur. Like, I think this whole show is going to be something that I'm going to keep recommending to every single entrepreneur that I meet. Highly, highly recommend it. It's about pirates. First off, I love, love, love a show about pirates. But everything is just done so well. The costume design, the characters, the casting, fantastic job. Like, absolutely fantastic. So highly recommend it. All right, so this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this video helped you in some way or give you a starting point to start thinking about what kind of an entrepreneur do you want to be, so that like maybe 10 years from now you look back and say, yep, I was exactly the way that I wanted to be. So yeah, that's actually how I'm navigating my journey as well. Alrighty, take care, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye.